Hello vinyl community and fellow Beatle maniacs, and welcome to a new type of video on the channel. My first one of these. I appear to be holding a very large box in my hands, and I wonder what it could be. Obviously you've read the title of the video, so you know, but what it is the most eagerly awaited release of the year so far for me and for thousands of Beatles fans around the world, and I am of course talking about the anniversary edition of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. So I'm going to get straight into unboxing this. It's my first unboxing on this channel, so I apologise if it is a little ropey. Is there such a thing as a professional unboxer? I would imagine there probably is. There we go. Right, so here we go. Let's just take care of these things first of all. Okay, so we have boxes within boxes. Ooh, there are two. I'll leave this one for a moment. Okay, so this one's rather weighty. So in here we have got, with a bit of luck, the Super Deluxe edition of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. And would you look at that? We have a lenticular cover, which it's the 3D, like the Stones Satanic Majesties cover. Beautifully weighty that. On the back, we've got all the information contained within. So for those of you who don't know, and I'd be amazed if you're watching this video and you don't, it contains 4 CDs. The first of which is the brand new stereo mix by Giles Martin. We have 2 whole CDs of session outtakes, which is by far the thing I'm most excited about. I'm obviously looking forward to the stereo mix, but I've always been a real sucker for outtakes. And I dare say, in fact, I'd imagine that the release that I was most excited about prior to this were the 3 anthology CDs in the 90s. So yes, I've been waiting a while for something equivalent. And then the 4th disc is the mono mix plus bonus tracks of previously unreleased mixes. Then discs 5 and 6 are the Blu-ray and DVD, which I believe contain exactly the same material, but you have whichever format you want to watch it on. Including, amongst other things, the brilliant '92 documentary The Making of Sgt. Pepper, featuring the 3 surviving Beatles and audio clips of John. And I think the most interesting thing about the documentary for me was seeing George Martin at the faders at Abbey Road manipulating the tapes and things, which was prior to Anthology coming out, so it's the first time I ever got to see that kind of thing. So yeah, shall we get straight into it? So the lenticular cover comes off, and we have a beautiful recreation of an original session tape, and this one has the running order of side 1 with a few little notes about how long the tracks are, etc., a few little remarks, and then there's side 2. Fantastic attention to detail. I am controlling myself remarkably well. I would be jumping up and down at this moment in time if I didn't want to preserve my dignity for the camera. So we open it up, and so we have this this little thing here, which was, for those of you who got the Magical Mystery Tour box set, it's a very, very similar, just for ease of getting these out. So the very first thing we have is a facsimile of the original album, which is shrink wrapped. So I'll see if I can do this properly without ruining anything. should do it. There we go. There we go. So inside this, we have the discs themselves, beautifully presented. All the audio on this side and the audio visual on that side. And we have little replica album covers there. So that's the original mix, like I said. And each front cover is a different variation, which I really like. There we go, that's the session mix is 1. So we have sort of outtakes from the album sessions to go along with the outtakes of the studio sessions. I'll talk about the track listings in a moment. And that one is the mono mix, plus a few extra little bonus things. And I'll only get one of these out because they're both the same. The Blu-ray disc. So on this we also have the 5.1 mix, also done by Giles Martin, plus the documentary and the promo films for A Day in the Life, Strawberry Fields and Penny Lane. So, track listings then. We've got the original album on CD1. I don't need to go through the track listing for Sgt. Pepper, I don't think. It's exactly as it is. So we've got the Pepper sessions here. It starts with 5 versions of Strawberry Fields, which basically tells the story of its creation. We have Take 1, which did appear on Anthology, but it was not the actual Take 1, because I believe was it George Martin or Jeff Emerick removed the backing vocals from it. This is the first time we have it with, officially anyway. We have Take 4 and Take 7. Take 7 was the take used for the beginning of the master, and then we have Take 26, which is the proper speed version of the end of the master, with the brass and cellos, etc. And then we have the new stereo mix from 2015, which I believe was on OnePlus. And then after that, these are presented in chronological order of when they made them. So we have When I'm 64, an early take. We have 2 versions of Penny Lane. Sorry, 3 versions of Penny Lane. The third is the new mix. We have Take 1 and 2 of A Day in the Life. Then we have the orchestra overdub. And then we have the famous hummed last chord, which was discarded by the Beatles because they realised that they couldn't end their masterwork on rather an anticlimax. Which brings us nicely on to the next track, which is the last chord. So it's the sessions that produce that big piano final E chord to the end, Sgt. Pepper. And then we have 2 versions of the title track, 2 versions of Good Morning, Good Morning. So that's CD2. CD3, we have 2 Fixing a Holes, 2 Benefit of Mr. Kite. We've got a bit of Lovely Rita, 2 Lucy in the Sky, 2 Getting Betters, Within You Without You, 2 versions of that. There was a version of that appeared on Anthology 2, which included the English instrumentation as well. This is just the Indian musicians, I believe, and George coaching them. We have 2 instrumentals of She's Leaving Home, and then With a Little Help from My Friends and Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band Reprise. And that finishes off the 3rd CD. And the 4th album is the mono album, and then we have these bonus tracks. So we have the original mono mixes of Strawberry Fields and Penny Lane. We have a first mono mix of A Day in the Life. I'm not sure that's ever been released before. Don't think it has. We have an original mono mix of Lucy in the Sky, a first mono mix of She's Leaving Home, and then we have the famous Capitol Records mono promo version of Penny Lane with the piccolo trumpet at the end. Which is very, very different to the version we all know and love. Again, I mean, we have heard that before, but it was sort of Frankensteined a little for Anthology 2. So again, this is, I think I've heard whispers online that this might not be the highest quality. I don't know yet, I've not listened to it. I do intend to make another video after I've taken all this stuff in and do a proper review of it. So be interested to hear that. And as I said before, you've got the 5.1 mix of everything on the original album, plus the documentary and the promo films. So what a great job they've done there. So that's obviously what we're buying it for. And then we have these lovely goodies that go with it. So first of all, we have the original poster, which came out in June 1967, which is fantastic. I'm very excited about this one. There we go. There's a famous photograph of John Lennon, which I think was taken possibly during the Imagine sessions, of him standing next to this poster, which he bought in Sevenoaks, Kent, while they were filming Strawberry Fields promo. And unlike John, because John usually writes personal songs straight from here, he looked at this poster and basically created a very whimsical song from it. Last Night But Three being for the benefit of Mr. Kite's Late of Wells Circus and Mr. J. Henderson. The Hendersons will all be there. Celebrated Somerset Thrower. We'll do Somersets on Solid Ground. Wire Volta on Tuesday evening. Messrs K&H, it's all there. In announcing the following entertainments, assure the public that this night's productions will be one of the most splendid ever produced in this town, having been some days in preparation. Splendid time is guaranteed for all. Fantastic. We've got a horse. It doesn't say Henry, I don't think, but there we go. We have a tightrope walker, trampoline leaps and somersets over men and horses, through hoops, over garters, and lastly through a hogshead of real fire. In this branch of the profession, Mr. H challenges the world. What a fantastic thing that is to have. I've not looked at that poster in any real depth before. I've just had a bit of a moment there. That's quite sensational. It's a song that I've known for about 30 years, and there you have it. Okay, so obviously anyone who owns the original vinyl will recognise this, the original cutouts, which came with it, and then this. Wow. A considerably weighty book, which is the last piece of breaking and entering I need to do on this box set. There we go. I hope this is riveting viewing for you all. A man struggling with shrink wrap. There we go. So, very, very nice stark cover there in contrast to the actual album cover. And, ooh, look at that. Recreation of the original inner sleeves. And I reckon if you were to buy a book like this in a bookshop, hardback, glossy, colourful, you'd be spending a good £35–40. So, yes, it's a pricey set, but it's money well spent. Absolutely amazing. Apple have spoilt us with the books. I think the mono box set contains an absolutely brilliant book, jam-packed with pictures and information and lots of reading. And I'm not going to look at every page, but yeah, a step-by-step making of, more recreations of tape boxes, original lyrics, the heart part to She's Leaving Home. There's an essay by Howard Goodall there, who has a documentary coming out on BBC soon, I believe. And the original lyrics at the back. And what a beautiful cherry on the cake that is. So, there we have it, the deluxe edition of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. And what a feast that is going to be. And as I said earlier on, I fully intend to do a proper review of said album after I've listened to it, which I'm hopefully going to devote quite a bit of this evening to. So just before I leave you, because I'm a completist, I could not, well, a completist and a vinyl head, I could not stop myself from also getting this, which is the vinyl version of it's the 2-disc anniversary edition of Pepper. So record 1 we have the new stereo remix, and record 2 I believe are highlights from the outtakes, which I think have been presented in the order of the running order of the album. So obviously just looking at that you wouldn't know the difference. So let's have a look, what do we get in here? We get a little introduction from Paul. We get more information, probably you get the same information in each box, plus the key to who's on the cover. I believe this was in the 1987 CD booklet as well. What else have we got in here? Got the cutouts, of course, and I believe, yeah, we have 2 recreations of those slips. Yeah, I'm right. So this is disc 2, Sgt. Pepper Sessions, and it is the outtakes, but presented in the order of the original album. So again, I will listen to everything before I come to any conclusions on that. But what an absolutely brilliant release. I didn't mention at the start, but I think Apple have really done the Beatles fans proud this time, and there's been lots of talk in the past that Apple haven't really gone for it when it comes to big releases. I mean, there was a lot of criticism of the Beatles at the Hollywood Bowl release that went with Ron Howard's movie last year, that we could have had a range of different live performances, not just the Hollywood Bowl. Yes, it sounded great, it was very well remastered and everything, but there were problems with that release, not least the cover. And yeah, the Beatles haven't really gone the full Super Deluxe route that Dylan fans get, for one. And a lot of other major artists have had proper overhauls of their catalogue. The Beatles have stayed very pure up to now, but they've gone absolutely for it with this particular release. So absolutely thrilled. I'm absolutely thrilled. I cannot wait to get my teeth into this box set. So I thoroughly look forward to reading your comments, which I hope you will leave below. If you're thinking about getting the set, or you already have it and you want to discuss your opinions of it, maybe even criticisms, I don't know. Personally, I don't think there's anything to criticise. Maybe the price, but I'm not about to do that. So I will leave the video there. Thank you very much for watching, and happy listening. Goodbye.